Here we go again. The Australian media and politicians are spreading more alarmist nonsense about China. They can't help themselves. I'm Robert Barwick. I'm the Australian Citizens Party's Senate candidate for Victoria. I'm trying to focus our election campaign on solutions for Australians to improve things like the cost of living. Real solutions such as our policy of a public bank in post offices, which will break this Big Four banking cartel. But every day, it seems, the two major parties are trying to muscle up and outdo each other on who could be toughest on China. After spending 3 years sucking up to the Chinese community, no, we don't. We want a better relationship. We don't want to talk about war, this sort of thing. They, in an election campaign, suddenly it's back to dog whistling and toughening up on China. And the latest issue, of course, is the Port of Darwin, where they've both gone up there to Darwin to beat their chest and say, we will reverse the privatisation of the Port of Darwin. Well, first let me say the Citizens Party would never have privatised the Port of Darwin or anything else because we don't believe in privatisation. We believe the government should own assets and use them to serve the people of Australia. But they did back in 2014 or 2015, privatise the Port of Darwin. And it is not an issue that they sold it to a Chinese company. There's a bigger issue that there's a military installation up there for the US, which is ignoring Australian laws and building things like fuel dumps, fuel depots. Now, it's not me saying it's not a national security threat to Australia. It's none other than the former head of ASIO, former ambassador to America, former head of DFAT, and former head of defence, Dennis Richardson, who in 2015 testified to a Senate inquiry that all the hullabaloo over the privatisation of the Port of Darwin, which was coming from US-funded agencies like ASPI, was alarmist nonsense. That's what he called it. Don't fall for this rubbish.